Hello everyone, today we are going to understand why on earth is delegating work the biggest pain point of all managers. Why despite continuous efforts, leaders often fail or really struggle to effectively delegate work. Don't worry, we're going to change that. In this video, we will talk about the top 5 reasons why managers fail at delegating tasks. We will also discuss about 5 stages through which you can befriend effective delegation. Before we get into the primary reasons why this is a challenge, let's first get one thing out of the way. As managers and leaders, it is not your role to do tasks with the best quality, on time, with the best numbers, but to develop a team that can perform multitudes of such tasks autonomously with the best quality, in time, and deliver desirable numbers. But think of this, did you graduate university on your first day or learn how to drive a car in a single session? Developing a team takes time. More than that, it takes patience. A manager who can build, train, and develop a solid team is the most valuable asset for any company. So don't beat yourself up for small deliverables. You're in here for the long game. Now don't get me wrong, I don't intend to say that your deliverables are any less important than the tasks of building a team, but soon you'll know why it's as important as the former. Building a strong team is also preceded by doing some research about your team, identifying their talents, their skill sets. It may take you some time to understand your team, but it's every bit as rewarding when you'll know exactly who's going to be perfect for certain tasks to delegate. Alright, so let's get into the 5 reasons why delegating is such a challenge for managers. Many times it's hard to delegate a task because it's hard to break down big problems into smaller, delegatable tasks. When managers cannot break down projects into simpler tasks, it often gets hard to find the right person to do it. It's best to take some time and clear out as many questions and break down your tasks into smaller portions. Everything is important all the time. But if everything is important, then it seems like there is no priority, right? That's not true. If you cannot understand what is more important for you, it becomes hard for your team members to understand what you need from them first, eventually leading to burnouts. Even if there isn't a priority set by your own manager, it is absolutely crucial for you to be understanding to your team's helplessness to do 5 tasks, not knowing which one to start first. To simply put it, things can and will go wrong. Well, at least sometimes. It is critical to be critical about your timelines. Managers often set deadlines exactly when they want the work, not accounting for delays. As a result, you're often late along with your team on tasks, and then the pressure boils down to you and eventually to your team. If there is a chance for you to develop a timeline for projects, then take into consideration technical issues, feedbacks, or just basic delays. You will not always have the luxury of time on high-pressure tasks. And that's okay. Sometimes it pays to look at the watch and act accordingly. If there isn't enough time, you can take some jobs yourself as long as you're experienced enough to do it. But remember, this cannot be true each time. You cannot run away from teaching and guiding your team. If time is always a problem, then try to communicate and emphasize for better timelines from your own managers. Be sure to make them aware of consequences from lack of effective timelines and propose prioritization of projects maybe. It is also time for me to ask you to prioritize liking this video and subscribing to my channel if you'd like to watch more of this stuff. It's an amazing feeling to be in control of your ship until it isn't. Some managers hesitate to give away the ropes of the task to someone else in the team. Letting go and enabling team members to take more responsibility is the most important role of a manager, yet the hardest thing to do, especially when you too are an expert on the task. But don't worry, if it's hard for you, no one expects you to go through with it in a single day. Do it in these 5 simple phases. This is like a do as I say approach. This is the first stage where you need to feel confident that your team member is able to identify and follow key details of tasks you need. So all you need to do is tell them explicitly every single thing you'd like them to do. Don't shy away from detail. But remember, this is only to get you and your direct report started. This cannot be a regular practice. Once you feel a better connection with your direct, you can try to hand away smaller parts of the task. With this, your level of risk-taking balances out the fear of losing control on the work. They can perform those smaller tasks on their own, but you'll still be the decision maker. At this phase, you must pose the challenge or a problem to your direct and then ask them for a proposal, how they'd like to resolve it. Please remember, in this phase, you cannot go back and start telling them how to do it better, but use the power of asking questions to steer them in the right direction. This is where it all starts to feel like a leap. But hang in there. This is the stage when your relationship with your direct has much more confidence. You're now ready to give them a task under the condition that they report back to you with an outcome on an agreed time schedule. This helps you take a step back and only control the outcome, not the process. You'd be surprised many times how differently people think and approach the same problems. You give them feedback and ask them to come back to you with updates. Please remember, until this stage, you were still controlling the final decision and approvals. But now is the last phase. Now your direct is ready to take over some major projects. Moreover, you're ready to pass on the ownership of taking necessary decisions to influence the outcome and timely deliver the task. This is the stage where you would have successfully trained a direct report who you can trust and delegate major tasks to without feeling stressed about the outcome. Please understand that these phases are just examples. Your directs may not need all these phases depending on their learning skills, and each of them may be different. Some may be ready for full ownership and some may still need a bit of hand-holding. But don't let that stop you. Adapt, delegate, and excel. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Until then, see you soon. Ciao.